Oh, yes. Good morning, one. Good morning, all, to the blockchain basement. This is Drew, aka The Druth, known as, and my God, yesterday was so much fun. We took a basement range day, had the morning live stream, obviously, but just a quality time hanging out there with the crew, shooting all kinds of stuff. So shout out to everyone. Sorry we couldn't do the 2 p.m. yesterday, but it was well worth it. I hope to be setting up many more rendezvous / large ideas for locations for us to gather in the future. So, crypto markets, I've seen a lot of kind of silly thumbnails this morning. Seen a lot of critical points missed, critical points not being held. Well, I'm going to dive into what I really think is coming. I've made some adjustments to my mindset for the longevity, the health, and the upside potential of this current bull market. But before we do, I want to remind everyone that this show is indeed powered by Arculus. This is the world's leading crypto cold storage. You can easily secure, swap, even receive and buy your crypto with a simple tap. Utilizes 3FA to keep your assets safer than ever. Make sure that you are using code BASE10 for 10% off at checkout. Take control of your finances for yourself. But without further ado, hello everyone in the chat. We got Steve B, Killed by Death KBD, Nicole Ministator, Steve B, lots of B's going on. Deucey Does Crypto JT, whoa, Station C4, Purple 303, excellent to see you all, and CMG, of course, Fade Trad 5, of course. Robert Costin, what is up, baby? So, here's what we're looking at, just on the broader markets. Really kind of the same thing as usual. We're still at 61.2. Everyone's freaking out, thinking that we lost some kind of critical support level with all their spider lines and fun little things like that. But what you have is altcoins looking like they're trying to wake up a little bit of heavier handed leaning towards the AI sector, is what you see really kind of cooking up first and foremost on this market rebound. Then it's nice to see Thorchain up there. But there is one coin that has stolen the show today. It's an old pick. I'm sure many of you are familiar with this one, but here it is, the return of that guy. And this thing is looking violent on the wishes to go to the upside. It spiked to $7.50. Doing a little bit of a retrace. This coin largely, you know, it's at $250 million. But watching the excitement, it was short-term excitement. There's a lot of things that are not being said when it comes to the comments that were released from one of the world's most polarizing individuals, one of the people that is likely going to land in the lead spot of the White House once again. That is this message from presidential candidate real Donald Trump vowing to stop hostility towards crypto. There's a lot to be said within this video, a lot of nuances I'm going to be kind of diving into with you guys. Let's get a quick zoom and let's give this a listen, shall we?
Thank you for the statement. Yeah, with the goggles on.
A lot of the smartest people in crypto are moving their businesses out of the U.S. because they're scared of the U.S.'s regulations.
Because of the hostility.
Correct.
Yeah, crypto is moving out of the U.S. because of hostility toward crypto.
Correct. So what are you going to do to stop it?
Well, we'll stop it because I don't want that. I don't want that. I want that. If we're going to embrace it, we have to let them be here.
Yes, sir.
So obviously it's an allowance for it to come back in. But what I'm seeing here, if I'm really kind of picking this apart, Trump is noticing. I mean, you had Vivek come in here and orange pill him. We had all kinds of people that are competitors to him, reasonable competitors and strong competitors like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. coming out heavily pro crypto. And, now I think Trump is realizing that the 50 million crypto holders, crypto users in the United States are an excellent base to move into. And also, he is a heavy, hardcore capitalist. And thinking about that frame of thought, I think that there is something very special in store for us that are involved with crypto right now. Yes, I know that there's going to be, some ups and downs on the way up, but having people like this, either Robert F. Kennedy or Trump, stand up and champion the ability to invest and hold your own crypto to reclaim your sovereignty financially is a magical moment for us in human history, really. I mean, this is a large step. We are the world dominating currency. Trump's previous thoughts on this were to hold back some of the development or the acceptance of it because of retention of the world reserve currency, the US dollar, remaining at the dominant top. But he is seeing the light, it seems. There's even more coming out about this. This is from Ryan Selkis, aka 2-Bit Idiot. Didn't expect to share that he was in Mar-a-Lago. Last night, President Trump spoke very highly about crypto and then invited him and Mihailo Bielek on stage to say a few words. They're given the fight for crypto. Let's just give a quick listen to this as well. And shout out to the Trump collection cards. I actually do have the mugshot one. I think it's actually doing pretty good. So I want to listen to this, get your guys' thoughts on it.
Thank you, Mr. President. Beautiful flow. A nice cocktail reception outside. And there's 50 million crypto holders in the U.S. That's a lot of choice. And I don't want to point this anymore. I did rebuild it. Another company says, "Oh, sorry, but that's okay." My friend, I pointed that.
They're playing this so perfectly. I mean, you're highlighting how crypto is fleeing the United States. You're highlighting how you're literally leaving money on the table. You're leaving the next advancement in human technology on the table. You're missing out. You're screwing the pooch if you don't pay attention to this. Trump is hearing this now, and it's absolutely incredible to see. It was a big issue that I was watching pretty closely to see his opinions on crypto, because I haven't made my decision on who I'm voting for. I'm very torn between RFK and Trump at this point. But seeing this is just broad stroke, regardless of who we're voting for. This is insanely bullish for the crypto markets. A lot of people don't understand that this situation we're in right now, this fourth turning, it's a transformation of technology and how money is moved, how society works at large. And seeing one of the strongest political individuals to walk on American soil as a country itself embrace this right as we just had the Bitcoin ETFs approved in the United States. We see this sparking the heat underneath Chinese regulators to open up their ETFs for Hong Kong first. Now rumors are circulating that they are going to be opening that up to the entirety of China, not just the District 1 version of the country. Absolutely cataclysmic. And then it just keeps getting better, folks. We have this from Radar. European markets regulator considers adding Bitcoin to a list of approved assets that can be included in a $12 trillion market for UCITS. These are twice the size of an addressable market than the US ETFs are. Bitcoin ETFs have attracted 50 billion, only 50 billion in the United States so far. There is so much more to go, and I remind people because we see these gains, and I'm taking profits along the way. I took profits on Render this week, but at large, we're going to miss these numbers. I'm telling you, we're going to miss these numbers. And likely, the calls from Stanley Druckenmiller for a cataclysmic AI correction, I don't think he's wrong. He's just a little bit too early in calling for that correction. The mainstream public, the regular person on the street, has no idea what's being developed on the underside with these large language models and the potentiality that Sam Altman has indeed already created a singular AI system. That is not known to the greater public as of yet. And we are on the very forefront. So seeing those prices at the levels they are, you know, some of our favorite picks here in the basement are popping off. We got Arweave showing really good strength, up 25% on the week. Hey, shout out to Two Bros Mining for joining OG status. Now, OG status, you know, it's being a part of the community. It's helping me move forward this grand mission that I am putting together in my mind. I want to have a place for us all to share our crypto focus, our sovereignty focus, and really a community. We're building a literal, actual community. And every single one of your memberships, your supports, your involvement in the Discord, and supporting this channel gets us that much closer to it. But on these crypto prices, Arweave showing extreme strength. Now, we were like, okay, guys, hammering in when it was like number 101 or something. It barely made the availability because we're really looking for smaller market caps. Now at 45, Thorchain absolutely resurging here. This is a very old pick. I was talking about it was like a buck, maybe $2. It's definitely not giving up. Toncoin up 26% on the week. And you know what? If you're holding XRP and bored, why not look at Flare? Pepe just will not give any Fs. But then AIOZ, this is one that I've been DCAing into, and it's up 33% on the week. Render up 40% on the week. These AI tokens are absolutely set to outpace. Now, you know, we know our RWAs are happening. I was asked a question, what is going to outpace what? Is it going to be AI? Is a bigger gain to be had than RWAs? And I think that is the case. RWAs likely have a longer shelf life. You know, and that's just my opinion. You have to find RWAs that are actually working with a large organization to have tangible reason for thinking that they have a strong future. But then also, you know, you can't get lucky at the fair. So if you see systems that have good infrastructure, and they're trying very hard to get to that point, that's also a risk that I take at times as well. So, yeah, talking about coins though. So we had Trump definitely trying to wake up and get off of this shelf. Don't be surprised if we get to the election and this thing's looking at around 20 bucks, right up about there. But VCAT making me very happy lately. I'm holding VCAT. I got actually a few coins that are sparking a little joy. It's selling off, but I got it here in the trenches, and I'm hodling this thing. It's only a $5 million market cap. Another one that is looking to find its level of support is Giggle Chid. I'm definitely still holding this one, and you know, it has a super exciting run up, but now it's come right back to that shelf, trying to build some health on a shelf right now. And I say Godspeed, good sir, because I am in it with you. And you know what? If this thing makes it, this is a $200,000 market cap. So in my mindset, you know, I can take a risk on this thing. I can hodl it. Either I become a epic warrior or I die on the field. But either way, I'm hodling it. And also Tucker. I am still holding Tucker. Nicole Minnis, I think you're in that one still as well. Let's see what we got here. I just typed Nicole into it. Look at this. There's a Nicole coin. Nicole Brown Simpson. Oh, okay. Wow. That got weird. So Tucker. Let's see what we got here. Up 7%, 2.5 on actually the 24-hour it looks like. Let's back up, get a broader stroke look at this thing. Yeah, man, I'm still holding this thing. And you know what? Holding Tucker got me a lot of gummy. Drew might vote Democrat. Good sir. Good sir. No, that is incorrect. I would never do such a thing. And really, you know, it's fine if people are out there, you know, voting Democrat. Like, it's not that I have this hate for them, but I am disappointed. You know, I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed in people that go that route at this point still, especially if you're in crypto. You can see all of the moves that Joe Biden and the White House and Elizabeth Warren and all these deeply entrenched Dems are trying to make to stop the innovation of crypto here in the United States, pushing it out of the country and absolutely rugging us of the ability to escape hyperinflation, which is absolutely disgusting to think about. Braxton got me going there. So shout out to you. President Joe Biden claims inflation was 9% when he came in office Inflation was actually 1.4% when Biden took office in January 2021. And you know what? On top of the extreme bullishness for crypto, you're also going to see a renewed sense of hope within businesses in the United States should the Orange One return back to his seat of power. And with that, you know what I mean? I had the best economic years of my life when he was in office. So, you know, when I see Uncle Joe calling out, just lying to us, gaslighting us over and over again, it gets tiresome, but I can tell that this man means nefarious doings. He does not have our best interest at heart. His eyes tell me he is here to hurt you. So, that being said, I move on to complete overhauls of system and things that are working well. This comes from across the world as Malay is already proving the left-wing economic establishment is indeed wrong. Here is this base man. What is this? This went away really quickly. But essentially, Malay has brought the inflation down to around 11% from double-digit, potentially even triple-digit inflation in a very short amount of time. A lot of people are upset about his dismantling of all of these different useless government organizations and systems they didn't need, that they were just bleeding money out of. And he's absolutely overhauling the system. And I give him the words Godspeed, because I got to see more of it. And this, just a side note, AstraZeneca pulled the vaccine after admitting rare side effects. Well, they're rare now that you're arbitraging data and not accounting on the coroner reports exactly what is causing that. But over years' time, the life insurance payouts are going to show this to the surface. They are going to show exactly what's happened over the last 4 years in a very fiscal manner. It takes time, it takes data, it's coming. And yeah, opposing these things when they are rolled out, very difficult to do. Only the absolute Giga Chad and alpha leaders of the world were able to do so. And seeing them, you know, just quietly pull off the shelves, no big deal. Just, you know, there's some rare problems. I think that it's going to be a much more large scale and proven nefarious problem when the dust really settles on this thing. Now, we get some dust settling on the job markets. We have this from Zero Hedge highlighting initial jobless claims suddenly spiking to the highest they have been in 9 months. This is U.S. initial claims, the NSA, and U.S. jobless claims from the SA. And, you know, we see this slight spike in jobless claims just with the traditional worker, the people W-2s, 1099s, but then you'll get this. You know, there will be people that will fill those roles, right? A surge in immigration has made the U.S. economy more competitive by preventing wages from rising more than they otherwise would have. This comes from the head of the IMF. Oh my God, they're having a tap out. Okay, so now this is a conversation point. The IMF would never want to admit this thing unless they were coming to the end of the road of the PSYOP and of the scam and of the arbitration of the data. Now they are at that point having to admit what's actually going on, and people are waking up. I have people that were even on the left long ago bringing up, what is replacement theory? What's going on in Europe? All of these different questions are starting to come to the surface. It's been a long 4 years. And with that, you know, seeing the price of goods explode the way we have, you know, items that used to be $5, $7 at Home Depot now going for $30, but yet we get Uncle Joe saying that he's doing a better job on inflation than the evil orange man was in Russia. Well, I see some weakness on the car market. I've smelt it for quite some time, about a year now. Just waiting, clicking my fingers together like Mr. Burns in the background, waiting for the used car market to take a nosedive. This is from Wall Street Silver. Used car prices continue historic plunge. Wholesale prices gave up 59% of the crazy pandemic spike. From February 2020 through the crazy peak of 2022 in January, auction prices had spiked to a mind-boggling 64%. Or by $9,200. The historic plunge so far has surrendered 59% of that upswing, or $5,400 of that entire $9,000 spike. Not seasonally adjusted, this index dipped 0.6% in April from April to March to $18,800, down 18% from its peak. The plunge so far has surrendered nearly half of the pandemic price increase. Now, for those that are just alpha as F, they bought Toyotas because they hold their value the best, and then they sell them for a literal gain after utilizing them for years on end. But now I see a little ebb and flow, an opportunity here, because we are entering a zone of literal stagflation. The average person does not have extra money to go throw down on a new car. They only get a new car if they absolutely have to. Auctions having difficulty offloading their inventories, dealerships looking like ghost towns, and F Ukraine bringing up a good point. Auto manufacturers doing large layoffs. Dealerships are refusing allocations due to slow sales and huge overhead. Car prices are about to fall. I knew I liked you, but we take advantage of this, right? So as we're moving into the next, year and a half, 2 years of juicy price action in crypto, we're going to be looking to take advantage of the low prices in this hard-sided good. And really, that is my entire intention, is to redo the fleet of vehicles this bull market and finish off the mortgage, take control of that mortgage, and probably just buy another property and create a flow of income. That's the larger goal here, amongst building out this amazing community of like-minded people and building up a system of thought that cannot be dissuaded, decentralized, absolute pushback against the powers that be, against these gargantuan banks that literally want nothing from us but to rob us and leave us penniless so that our children cannot enjoy the land we put together for them. We are here to fight back against that. That's why I appreciate every single OG status that comes in, every single Discord member that becomes part of the community. It means everything to me because we, the people, are strong as a cohesive unit. Now, some people realizing the price in electric vehicles, losing that. It's from Cryptos R Us talking about he lost $90,000 on a 2022 Tesla Model X Plaid with 9,000 miles on it in 2 years. Teslas are so effing great. Here's his trade-in estimate. Estimate on May 7th of 2024. He was looking to get $65,500 for a Plaid Model X. This is a very fast vehicle. You can't just deny that, but I'll never get a Tesla. I will never get a Tesla. There's a few reasons why, but I'm just really not interested. The quality, the craftsmanship, and I'm a Toyota Maxi. I do absolutely love American muscle cars. George Martinez, actually, to get everything cleared off my plate in Colorado and get out here to Georgia, I had built out a 1971 Chevy K10. It is just like the C10, but a four-wheel drive. I believe it was the first year the four-wheel drive was actually available. I turned this thing into an absolute monster and got rid of it at a major up price. And, just help me get out to Georgia to start this new dream, to bring this alpha to you people. I made a lot of sacrifices, spent a couple months under the hood of one of these bad boys. Actually looked better than all of these. It was also lifted by about 5 inches. It had a 5-inch lift. It was put about 500 horses to the wheels. And it was an absolute savage. It was something more along the lines of, where's the 1971? Let's see here. Because the 71's a very specific body type. It was before all that other. Here we go. Here we go. That's the baby. This is it. This is the one. This is what I built up and had to let go. I kept the FJ, kept the minivan because I got all the kids. I just, I worked so far away from my home. There was no tangible way I would want to hold this thing. And at a point, I know how to fix things. I know how to build things. But at a point when you have 3-4 vehicles, you just spend a lot of time under the hood. But this thing, it was sexual to drive. It was absolutely sexual. Datsun, man, that's a throwback. Datsuns are sick. And in high school, I built out a 300ZX twin turbo with the T-tops, 3000 GT VR4, was a very fun one to work on. And God, you guys are getting me going on the cars now. We built a bunch of Talons. I grew up in the DSM craze, you know what I mean? But man, I miss this truck. I'll probably, the next level of just absolute overbearing alpha that I'm going to be rocking, more likely going to be a Toyota Sequoia. I'm looking to get an armored Sequoia for the next big one that I move into. I just got to the point, I had built it out. It was, it was costing, like, at the time, gas was like $5. I ran a fencing business out of the thing as well. You got me going down memory lane, asking me about muscle cars. Nicole Ministator brought up this one. This is at the Bring a Trailer auction, a 2020 Zeal Motor Fat Truck 2.8C. This thing looks thick. And I've considered some of these because of the area that I live in. This would actually do pretty well in my local area. But some interesting things being highlighted from Elon Musk. Now, this is the important reminder to, for God's sakes, we are here preparing for a cataclysmic shift in finance, are we not? With a cataclysmic shift in finance comes a cataclysmic shakeup in the world at large. Now, the importance of being prepared for such a shakeups, as I shown at the beginning of the show, you see one of the most polarizing individuals to walk this earth on his way back into that seat, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And now think about the response that the left is going to have when he comes back, right? How could they do this? How could they let all their lawsuits and their court proceedings fall through, and we couldn't put him in prison? And how is he here still? They're going to lose their minds. And with that, you have to be prepared for that chaos. And if you want my flat out idea, get the hell out of city centers first and foremost. But then there's also natural disasters, which we must prepare for and be ready for to take care of our families should they happen. This is Elon Musk given the terrible flooding in Rio Grande do Sul. Starlink is going to donate 1,000 terminals to emergency responders to make usage of all the terminals in regions free until the region has recovered, hoping the best for the people of Brazil. These are absolutely harrowing images coming out of Brazil of mass flooding that people were not prepared. There's thousands of people out there without power, without food, without water, without shelter. This is why I beg, I press upon you, my people, to get prepared. And I have something very big in the background. We're putting together some amazing deals to bring, and some excellent value to bring to you in the blockchain basement, to have this side of life covered. And we're here, we're fighting back, we're breaking the narratives, we're going after all of the different aspects of control and decentralization. I'm a 2A maxi, I'm a crypto self-custody maxi. And there's a reason for that, and I won't go off on a rant about the 2A and why it's not meant for hunting. It's actually meant for equalization of power between the public and government. But we see government overreach on a world scale, absolutely ticking up. And we see this again from Elon Musk highlighting, are you saying that the fine was for repeating accurate government statistics? This is a response to a German politician of the AfD party, Marie Kaiser, who was just convicted and fined $6,000. Her crime was posting statistics showing that Afghan immigrants are disproportionately committing sexual assaults in Germany. Imagine that. Telling the truth about one of the most evil acts that could be perpetrated upon women, talking about it, bringing statistics to the table, and calling out the absolute disgustedness of this replacement theory process. They get banned, they get fined, and in places like Australia, places like England, they're facing jail time for bringing these things up in supposedly developed nations, right? Well, apparently this nation set has developed so well that they now think that they have the automated systems of control to absolutely keep you silenced and under the ground while you're still alive, mind you. What a system they are building out right now. America's best shut the door ASAP. Yes, DJ Flexa. And at large, we have to acknowledge that it's been open for so long that we need to think more internally and more locally about how we're going to deal with what's already here, because it is here. We have police departments warning us about the trainings, camps, the groups of verified pure enemies of this country that are being found in cities. And the fact that I can't just say what they are, but these assholes in CNBC, you know, when the narrative is right, then they can just spew it all and it's just fine. But me, I'm saying the things at the uncomfortable time. Well, it's not a big acceptance to do so. It is aggravating having to bite my tongue. But, you know, that being said, I don't want to seem hyperbolic or, you know, overzealous. I am here to protect my country, my family, and my people. So, you know, this is an interesting time to be alive, my wonderful friends. We are positioned in what is, in my opinion, will be the greatest bull market in crypto history. I think the advantage of our time frame that we have right now will never be seen again for Bitcoin primarily. Now, within that, you'll see many amazing RWA projects come. You'll see the lead AI system be chosen. You'll see the lead Web3 infrastructure and groundwork leader chosen over the next few cycles. And likely within this cycle, we'll have a good bellwether on who that actually is going to be. You know, but there's many different private companies that are moving their advancement forward at breakneck speeds to be the company chosen for such a task. And it's not going to be one winner takes all. It's a wide ecosystem that it needs to be overhauled here. So you got to think about that. But right now, I know DJ Flexa, it's been tiring watching these tyrants try to take away our future, our prosperity and our future. But for the love of God, this is the time where legends are made. This is the time where we buckle down, we double down, and we absolutely hodl into the nasty bull market that is to come. Sure, the Fed will try to crash the markets once either RFK or Trump gets elected. You know that they're going to try to do this. But as we've seen with the potentials, if you have a leader that is so lit up that he's ready to act like Javier Milei, big things can be done. You just have to break a few eggs to make that omelet. Or the other option is to stay asleep. Don't share this show. Don't talk about anything that's going on in the world. And we'll get these options in the future. This is Uncle Joe wanting to either raise your taxes, devalue the currency, take your guns, shit your pants, or option E, all of the above. In my opinion, he literally can do all four of those things at the same time. Raising your taxes, taking your guns, taxing your guns, devalue your currency, while shitting his pants. Quite a multitasker Uncle Joe is. And shout out to him for awakening the world to the dire situation that we truly are in. At least you got to give him credit that he didn't hide the fact that he's a totalitarian dictator, hidden behind sheaths of NSA actors and deep state government officials that want nothing more to see you penniless and jobless out on the streets. They care not for what we do. They care not for how well our families fare over the next few years. For the love of God, the time to fight back is now. And with that being said, I will see you at 2 p.m. I love every single one of you out in the chat. Popcorn Munger, CMG, R.A. Daniel, Alex Proflick Crypto, F Ukraine, Eric Carlson, Randomness, DJ Flex, and Nicole Tater, Shake and Bake, Veteran Crypto, my man. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Make sure to smash the like on your way out. Share this stream. Let's get all the people that are asleep in this room right now. Get them down to the basement. Get them waking up. And I'll be seeing you real soon. Take care.